Man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your...
And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here at getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Check 55. Express. Strip that ball. Mike 55. Mike 55. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
Backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Here's Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Yo, check. Echo.
Following the fumble recovery, Hancock. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
It's just me and you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. You're trapped. Slow. Mike 54. Squeeze, double. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". You better be afraid of me.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hancock. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hancock. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Mike's 54. We remote this. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Back.
Off the play fake. Hancock. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Hancock. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming. Trot. Right there. 54.
Operating from the gun. Hancock. And this is Cook with a grab. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ready. 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hancock is going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
After the penalty, it's Davis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Great. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Wait. Let's get off the field.
And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Great. Come on, 47's the mic, boy. 47.
Again, Newton. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A 1st down carry for Davis. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Check 20.
On second down, it's Davis. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Good. Both sevens to Mike. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 47.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Completes it to Davis. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. These two teams all tied after 1. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Sponge. Short. Mike 5-4.
On first down, Hancock. And Cook has it, left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Yeah. Man, touchdown. 54 Mike. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Come on. Mike 54. Mike 54. I got wide. I got wide. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Let it go.
On third down, Hancock. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Get him. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch your leg. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
Let's go now. We go to base. Check, 59. Let's go, D. Watch the eye. Check safety, check safety. Shift. Go. Set. Cut. Ready.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Great stone. Time on. Hayward.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's 2nd down.
Heavy on the edges. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
47 Mike, 47. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Hancock. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hancock. He's going to fire one deep. Middle into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready? Don't get nervous. Hey, fast. Hey, check right. 8. All good. Echo. 47 is the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Great. March 47. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Gun.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay.
And Kamara has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Joker. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Reflex.
Off play action. Hancock. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, keep it up.
Throwing again. Hancock. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
In your face. 54, Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Hancock. And that will be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Newton now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check right, check right.
2nd and 10. Airing one out for Boyd. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
4-7's the mic, 4-7's the mic.
Gun.
Let him know, let him know.
Hey, check Mike 47, check Mike 47.
From the gun, here's Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in the tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
47's the mic, boy, 47. Check, 47. Mike's 47.
Throwing is Newton. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, a give to Davis. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something.
And he loses the football the second time. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Check first.
Hey, watch that. Check first.
2nd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run. They're running it. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 54.
Ready, ready.
Well, now they'll try the end around. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ready.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Fire.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Hill firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
On the double.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
5. Snap.
On first down, it's Hill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
61. Pass box. Fight. Hey, exit.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
X3. 218. Chopper. Go.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Now Hill on 3rd and goal. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the 6-yard line.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch.
They go again with Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Watch it, 5.
Now watch one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Gets it to Benjamin, it's caught. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Great.
Mike 55. Norman.
Check the outs, check the outs. Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 2nd and 12, Newton looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Man, I got you. 47.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Gun. Watch the flag.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
I'm going to run you over. 36.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
I got you. Great.
Check right. Watch it, They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They step fast. Y'all playing the wrong football. Express.
Mark 55.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
55.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to look deep for more, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
8.
They snap it to Newton. Wide open receiver complete. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Newton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Davis. And a short gain here down to the 22. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Hey! Slam. Big ass.
A toss here to Scarlett. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Let's go!
On the ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
That's it. 388. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
They turn to Scarlett again. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Just south, baby. That's baby south.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Wright's got it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Check 37. Check 37.
They run the counter. Russell, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Newton. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and he'll take it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. the play fake. Hancock. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hancock. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Hey, number 53, Mike 53.
On 1st and 10, Hancock gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets around.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Davis running right. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 22 and a first down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll run it with Scarlett. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.